try to keep this awareness of the heart during the warming exercises, then during the meditation, then during the theory, to the lecture. We try to feel with the heart, to hear with the heart. Keeping that openness. Now we let our arms down and start the warming exercises. First, the rotation of the head. We let the chin down, rotating the head to the right, slowly with awareness. Feeling the contraction and relaxation of the muscles in the neck. And now slowly we change direction, rotating the head to the other side with awareness, slowly, calmly. And slowly we stop, observing the sensations in the neck, vibration, relaxation, a gentle warming. We continue now with the rotation of the shoulders up, then to the back, opening the chest, bringing together the shoulder blades, then down to the front. We try to relax, to get rid of the tensions in our shoulders. And now we relax, observing the opening of the chest, the relaxation of the shoulders, the arms. In the next exercise, we clasp our hand in the back. When we exhale, we bend forward, bringing the hand to the front. Then we inhale, getting back. And now we relax. Again, observing the sensations, the opening of the chest, the relaxation in the back muscles. We continue with the stretching to the side. Inhale, raise your arm. Exhale, stretch to the side. Then inhale, raise the other arm. Exhale, stretch to the other side. Sebastian, yes. I have a doubt about this exercise. Okay. We need to put the elbow on the floor. No, no, no. Just put your hand down. Sure, if you can put your elbow, but it's not necessary. You can just put the palm. If you reach down that much, you can put the elbow, but it's not necessary. Important is the stretching to the side. And now we relax. We feel the stretching on the side of the torso, the elasticity of the spine. We continue by a stretching of the spine. We clasp our hand together. Then with the palms up, we stretch, pushing the shoulders up so that the spine is elongated. We stretch with pleasure without forcing it. We just want to straighten our back or spine. And then we relax, feeling the straightening of the back, straightening of the spine. And we continue with the twisting of the spine to the left and then to the right without forcing it. Again, we just want to feel better. And now we relax. And our last exercise, warming exercise, is a bending and twisting of the spine. When we exhale, we get the right shoulder to the left knee, then the left shoulder to the right knee, like this. And slowly we relax, and we are ready to meditate. We get in a comfortable position with the back straight. We try to find that inner balance between the firmness of the pose and relaxation. In this way, we can remain still for a long period of time, transforming the stillness of the body into the stillness of the mind. Shoulders a little to the back, opening the chest in an open attitude, like we want to embrace the world or to bring the world into our hearts. We let our face relax in an inner smile. We try to keep this smile during the meditation or get back to the smiling when we encounter any kind of difficulties. Smiling brings serenity, peace, calms, and we relax the eyes. It's like we want to see with the heart. We let our mind quiet down. We can use the breathing, the awareness of the breathing, keeps the mind present and relax the body. We keep our awareness centered in the middle of the chest, a little to the right, that place that we point to when we say I. Following the breathing, we become aware of that short moment in between breathings, in between thoughts, in which the mind is still suspended without moving. Practically, we inhale, pause, exhale, pause. In these short pauses, we just remain still without moving the body, without moving the thoughts, without moving the breathing, completely still for a second or two. So, inhale, pause, exhale, pause. In these short pauses in which the mind is suspended, we become aware of the quietness. These pauses interrupt the inner stories, help us to discover that background of silence, that background of stillness on which thoughts, emotions, sensations appear, remain for a while, and then disappear, and we continue to exist. Inhale, stillness. Exhale, stillness. With each inhalation, the minds enter into the heart. With each exhalation, the mind dissolves into the heart in this inner space of quietness, of silence that is named Hritakasha, the space of the heart. We start to ask ourselves the question, who am I? The mind cannot answer because the answer is the existence itself. So we ask the question, we are the answer. Who am I? We use everything that appears in our awareness to get back to this I am feeling. So when thoughts appear, we just ask ourselves, who is the one thinking? Me. Who am I? When emotions appear, positive or not so positive, who is the one experiencing these emotions? Me. Who am I? And when sensations in the body arise, pleasant or not so pleasant, who is the one feeling these sensations? Me. Who am I? In this way, we get back again and again to this I am feeling, that answer to the question. I am that becomes a tremor of the heart, a vibrating light so intense that we can just surrender, being without being someone or something, pure existence, pure consciousness, pure bliss. Who am I? We detach ourselves from the identification with the body, with the mind, with the senses, with our memories, our desires, or our fears. We detach ourselves from the identification with the personality. Who am I beyond all this? We ask the question, we are the answer. We are consciousness and bliss without form. We are infinite, eternal. We are. keeping the awareness of the spiritual heart, that pure I am feeling. We conclude our meditation now. We slowly get back to the outer world, opening the eyes. For a few moments, we try to keep the awareness into the heart, doing Shambhavi Mudra. So for 2 minutes, we continue the meditation with the eyes open, trying to keep the awareness of the heart. Like I said last time, we will try at least to end the meditation with the Shambhavi Mudra. So we look at the space in front of us without focusing our gaze on anything. Just look at the space and keep the awareness into the heart. That pure I am. We try not to blink, keeping the eyes open or half open. And now we just get back, relaxing, opening the eyes wide. We look at the world around, but keeping the awareness of the heart. Today we will continue our journey to cover all the 8 limbs of yoga, of Patanjali Yoga. We have 3 more. After Pratyahara, the interiorization, the bringing the mind into the heart, we have concentration or dharana. From here on, Patanjali consider that is the internal yoga or antaranga yoga. So dharana, concentration, dhyana, meditation, and samadhi, ecstasy, are part of this inner yoga, and they are the beginning of the second chapter of Yoga Sutras. The third chapter. The third chapter named Vibhuti-pada, the chapter about the powers that a yogi can achieve by doing samyama. Samyama is this kind of knowledge through using concentration, meditation, and samadhi, a kind of uh, different way of know things, and all this starts with dharana. What I want to be clear in a way is that uh, each new level uh, has all the levels in it. So when you do dharana concentration, you also do asana, pranayama, pratyahara. So uh, each of the next level contains the levels are that are uh, under it. Uh, I want to understand this because some people are feeling that if you do dharana, then you don't do asana, you don't do pranayama and such. For sure, in when you stay and try to meditate, you stay in asana, you are aware of the breathing, you keep your awareness inside, so you have to do all the other parts of the yoga, and also you are doing the yamas and niyamas by being in a spiritual attitude. Uh, and I want to underline this to make this clear, because again, sometimes people tend to ignore the other stages, considering, oh no, uh, I am superior and I don't need this anymore. Uh, you see, dharana is described by Patanjali as fixing the mind in a single place. This is called dharana. Uh, he used only 3 sutras to define concentration, meditation, and samadhi, and then use that samyama term to describe all these powers that can be achieved by this kind of uh, superior knowledge, a way of knowing things. Uh, but everything starts with concentration. And to understand better concentration, you see, the metaphor, the way they describe this, is connected with the way in the old times people are taking care of animals, a cow or a goat. Usually you put a stick into the ground and then tie the animal, the cow or the goat, you tie it to the stick. So the animal can only go around your stick. Yes, cannot go farther because it's tied to the stick and only can move around that stick that you put in the ground. You understand? You know, if you have uh, sure, now, because most of the people live in the city, don't know how the way to grow animals in the old times was, but you cannot stay with the goat or with the cow all the time, so you just tie it to the post, to the thing in the ground, and the cow or goat or sheep or any kind of animal move around this stick. So this is the metaphor that Patanjali used. You tie your mind to this object of awareness, and you only let the mind move around that object that you tied the mind to. Yes? So concentrating means that you don't let your mind move away from the object. usually what is happening, the mind try to move away. Yeah, and you have to bring the mind back. So the process of concentrating the mind usually means that the minds go away and you bring it back. The minds go away and you bring it back. Your minds go away, you bring it back. It's this kind of thing. Uh, because for sure, when we speak about concentration, we think, oh, it's some kind of arcane effort. You have to focus your mind, and but the effort sim- simplifying the problem, put it simple, is just to bring the mind back when the mind wanders off. Yes. So when we concentrate on who am I, on that I am feeling, yes. Usually the mind can create a story. Oh, I am such and such, I am this or that. But then you have to remind yourself, oh, who am I? Who am I is actually the way in which we bring the mind back. Who am I is the instrument that we use to concentrate the mind into the heart, in that place that we experience that I am feeling. For sure, at some point, we don't have to actually say in our mind, who am I? Because we learn how to bring the mind back. Yes. And not bring the mind back, but keep the mind into the heart. And for this kind of uh, concentrating the mind, there are different kind of methods, but I want you to understand that all these methods are just this simple fact. The mind wanders, you bring it back. The mind wanders, you bring it back. It's just that simple. Uh, sure, it sounds simple. It's not. It's not that simple because you have to be very patient. You have to be very, very patient. Uh, it's like when you have a small child and you have to always to pay attention to your child, because if you don't pay attention, the child will go away and you don't want to wander into the streets or somewhere and you lose your child. So you always stay with the eyes on the child, but for sure the child will try to go where he doesn't supposed to go. So immediately that you become aware, oh, my child is going away, you take it back and bring it back to where you want it to stay, want him to stay. So it's like taking care of a child. Our mind, our inferior mind, is like a child. It always goes to something that uh, makes it curious or feels some kind of desire or some kind of fear. It's always going somewhere. So again, the effort sure is not that difficult. It's just to bring it back. And what is happening when you do this enough time and with enough patience and with enough calm and quietness, at some point the mind will not go anymore, will stay there. So the actual effort of concentration stops when the mind stay there, because then we say the mind is concentrated. Yes, it's focused. It's in yoga it's called ekagrata. fixed on one point. So for sure, the reason that Patanjali speaks about all these three almost together, concentration, meditation, and samadhi, is because the one becomes the other. So if you do concentration enough, you start to meditate. And if you meditate enough, you enter that ecstatic or ecstatic state of samadhi. So in a way, it's like doing enough. It's hard to say how much it's enough, is the usual question. Okay, how long should I concentrate before I meditate? You see, usually when we say we meditate, we actually concentrate. We, at first at least, very rarely go to meditation, because usually we just try to keep the mind here, and the mind will wander off, and we become aware, oh, wait a minute, you are not where you're supposed to be. So we bring it back, and the mind, but at some point something happens, and the mind just stayed there. And for sure, usually we say this is concentration, but actually the way to go to this point when the mind stays focused is the concentration, is the effort. uh, if you remember, at some point we speak about the difference in the word meditation, because sometimes meditation means the technique, the way you do meditation, the practice, but other times is the experience, the way you experience yourself, and the way you live the meditation, the state, the experience. Yes, the same is with the concentration, the effort. The mind wanders off, bring back the mind goes up, you bring back the mind. This is the effort, this is the practice, this is the technique. But then when the mind remained focused, then is the concentration. But for sure, when the minds remain focused, then we go to meditation. And the meditation is a different state of mind, is a different way to use the mind. But to go there, we have to first do this concentration. And at first, we use the mind to do the concentration, like I spoke about when I did the example of Hridaya meditation. At first, we just ask ourselves, who am I? We actually ask the question in our mind. We say, who am I? Or I don't know, you say it in Portuguese, I say it in Romanian, but for sure we ask the question that our mind can understand easily. Yes, for this reason we use the language that uh, we are familiar with, so the mind understands what it has to search for. But the process usually is that when we ask the mind will try to answer. The question is not addressed to the mind. The question is just a way to focus the mind, calming the mind, and then focus the mind. The answer, like I said during the meditation, the answer is the actual experience of being, of existence. Yes, but to discover this experience, we have to let the mind calm down and then reflect this reality of being. And for this reason, we use the question, who am I? But for sure, the mind will try to to express an answer, to say something. I am this or I am that. For the mind, it's very important to answer the question with something. But for us, the answer is not something, is the experience of being. Yes. And for this reason, at some point, we have to go beyond the question, beyond saying the words, and focus on the answer that is the experience of being. So, this translation, this transition from actually using the mind to going into the new state of mind in which we don't need the words, we don't need the concepts, just experiencing the inner reality is this process of concentration. So, actually, what is happening, keeping the mind focused, is that the mind transforms itself from a discursive mind, a mind that uses a story to express the reality, to a different kind of mind, a mind that just reflects the reality. Uh, to understand maybe better this is the difference between you remember I said to you this example when I spoke about observing the breathing. So when you first hear about be aware of your breathing, usually what is happening in 99% of situation of cases is that the mind starts to think, now I am inhaling, now I am exhaling. Then maybe just say inhale, exhale. But the mind feels the need to express what you do. Yes? But then, if you stay long enough with this awareness of the breathing, what is happening? You are just feeling that you're breathing. You don't need to say it, but you are aware and uh, feel the breathing. So, in that moment, the mind just reflects the reality, doesn't feel the need to tell a story, to express it, to conceptualize it, to put it in some concept. Yes. So uh, this example is easier to understand. Yes, because it's very common. When you think about breathing, instantly your mind starts to inhale, exhale, inhale, just to try to express it. But when you ask yourselves, "Who am I?" then it's a bit different, but is the same. It's a bit different because now we refer to some more subtle reality, but at first the mind tried to grasp this I am feeling to a story. I am such and I am such and I am this or I am that, even if it's a spiritual concept, because we heard, oh, I am consciousness and bliss without form. Yes, I actually said that during the meditation. I am eternal, I am infinite, but these are just concepts, these are just ideas. What we have to transition to is the actual experience. How does it feel to be consciousness? How does it feel to be bliss, happiness? How does it feel to be infinite? How does it be to be outside of the time, eternal? So, this is the difference between using the mind and then just let the mind reflect that reality as an experience. uh, I hope you get the nuance, the subtlety of this thing, because if you understand this, then the meditation has more sense, more purpose, more it's more understandable what is happening. Is this transition again from the experiencing through a story told by the mind to experiencing the reality itself. Yes. So the concentration help us to go from the stories of the mind to this kind of different mind. The Patanjali defines this different mind in that second sutra of first chapter, when he says yoga is the cessation of the vrittis of chitta, of consciousness, of uh, mind consciousness. Yes. So what is happening, we want to bring the mind into a quiet state, because only when the mind is quiet, without thoughts, we can experience this effect of experiencing directly that reality, of like being that reality. Yes. So this is the process. Again, yes, the mind wanders, we bring it back. The mind wanders, we bring it back. But this bringing back of the mind, slowly and with patience, has to go from the story, uh, who am I, or any other kind of story, like in the breathing, I am inhaling, I am exhaling, and such, to the actual experience, I am. Yes. And again, I say I am, but imagine that is just the experience of being, without the need to express it in any way. And for sure, it's very obvious when it's happening. This transition is not like I don't know if I am concentrating or not, because when you are there, it's very clear. It's you cannot mistaken it for anything else, because it's a very different state of mind. The mind is different. Yes. uh, we will speak next time about the most common way to train your power of concentration. So I will not go to the details of the practice, but what I told you about until now is the essence of any concentration, of any practice of concentration. Yes. First, the practice is the mind wanders, bring it back to the object that you choose for your awareness, be it the breathing, be it the self, being any kind of object. But then be aware of this transformation of your mind from a mind that wants to tell a story, to express the experience through concepts, through words, to a mind that just experience the reality without the need to describe it, to express it in any way. So again, when I ask myself, who am I? It's the discursive mind, the mind that tells the story, that asks a question using words. But then when it's just this, I am feeling, I am experiencing the existence, yes, then the mind doesn't tell any story. She doesn't say, oh, I'm consciousness and bliss, I am eternal, I am. the mind is quiet, is just the experience of being. And that is the moment when we are concentrating really. And for sure, from there, we start actually to discover what meditating means. And that is the subject for a separate lesson. If you have questions.
I don't have a question, but I want to say what I learned today. It was very helpful for me, and it's very clear everything I listen, and I can wait. I can wait for meditate more and have the experience with this knowledge. Have to go meditate more for have the experience what about what I learned.
Yes, I want to say that all these lessons that will end with samadhi when we are like open lessons. I put them on the YouTube. It's for everybody because I want them to be like foundation for anything that we learn after that. Then we will close it and it will remain only for this group. But then anyone to want to join has to watch them to understand better what is the uh, what it what the meditation is meaning. Because after that we just use this foundation to discover different ways to apply what we learn into the various practices of meditation. But the basis is quite uh, important, I think, because then if you uh, have this understanding, it's very easily to expand your practice or just to remain to this simple thing. Because for me, this simple thing is like I carry it with me, I think, all the way to the end because uh, I come back to this simplicity of the practice, even when I don't know, go to more complicated or philosophical aspects of meditation. This is like a very good place to have a refuge or go back to. So I hope it's of benefit for you and for others that will get in touch with this. And then when we speak about more esoteric practices, then this will be very helpful. I wish you a good night and thank you for being here with me and all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.